Hello friends, in this tutorial I describe constraint. What is the constraint? There are different types of constraint available in SQL. First is called primary constraint, second is foreign key constraint, third is default constraint, fourth is unique constraint, and fifth is check constraint. And next is identity true, that is called the index constraint. So now what is constraint? Constraint are the rules in force on the data column of a table. Give an example. अगर आप डुप्लीकेसी की प्रॉब्लम से बचना चाहते हैं, सपोज आपकी टेबल में डुप्लीकेसी हो रही है, एक रिकॉर्ड 10 जगह यूज हो रहा है. सपोज माई enrollment number is 101 and if you not set the primary key, so this type of table is called the non-cluster table, and again you insert the 101 in this place in without using primary key, so that perform the duplicacy. So we prevent this duplicacy, we use the primary key constraint. So the constraint are the rules enforced on the data column of the table. These are used to limit the type of data that can go into a table. This constraint ensures that the accuracy and reliability of the data in the database. So constraint could be either on a column level or a table level. You apply in a different way, such as the table or such as the column level. The column level constraint are applied only the one column, but table level constraint are applied to the whole table. So guys, you use as a column level or as a table level. Now firstly, use primary key constraint. What is the use of the primary key constraint? That is used uniquely identify each row and records in a database table. Now here we create a table client master. First field is client number and I assign the constraint P1. P1 same as the object. Here client master is just same as the class name, and P1 is called the object of this class, which is used to access variable or field from the table. Simply way, just as you declare the class client master and you create a object of this table, this class, so you access your data types through as a object in a same manner. So same as the here you declare a table and declare a constant as a P1. So P1 indicate as a object, work as a object in your table. Now create a primary key in client number. So duplicacy is not performed. If you want to insert a C101 and next time you insert again C101, then problem, a error or error comes on this table. So client number varchar 6 constant P1. I assign the primary key in the client number, cname address, cname varchar, address varchar. Now create this table. Table is created. Now check the architecture of this table. Now here we see the table is created, and here you see the constraint which is declared P1 is situated here, and that you see primary key cluster constraint name P1 on constraint key is client number. So primary key is assigned with constraint. Now insert the record in client master. One row affected. Now check this record. Now again insert this record, same client number. Again insert. Now here you see violation of primary key constraint P1 cannot insert the duplicate key in object DOB client master. So duplicate value is not allowed if you use the primary key. So primary key is a unique, that is also called the unique key. But the main difference of the primary key and unique key, in case of the primary key, you should not allow as a null value. Null value नहीं छोड़ सकते in case of the primary key. But in case of the unique key, one record is null. एक record को हम null define कर सकते हैं, as a null allow कर सकते हैं. So that is the primary key constraint. Now create a foreign key. Now why we use the foreign key? Firstly, uniquely identify a row or record in any of the database table, and foreign key just as a reference of the primary key or first table. The previous table information is stored, or a reference is stored in secondary table, that is a child table, and this primary key, and the first table is called the parent table, and second is the child table, which is the reference of the first table field. Basically, what is the foreign key? A foreign key just as a reference, a link is created between two tables when the column or columns that hold the primary key value for one table are referenced by the column or columns in another table. So this comes become a foreign key in the second table. So now we start the foreign key. Here we see create table cells order number varchar, constraint is S1, and primary key for order number. Now create a new field is a client new field is a client number, that is varchar 6, same as the first table client master, client number varchar 6, constraint RT1, foreign key references client master client number. So that is the reference pass in the first table, client number in here. If you want to, suppose you insert C101 value in client master client number. Suppose आपने insert किया C101 client number में, client master table में, and if you want to insert another record in sales order table in client number, so here come तो then यहाँ पर error आएगी. Why? Because the C101 is the reference of this. If you want to insert O101 in here, so that create a problem. the record is not inserted in this table because no reference, because कोई reference उसको नहीं मिल रहा है, particular कोई address नहीं मिल रहा है. So that is a problem created here. Same as the, suppose आपका एक friend है, जब वो आपका friend है तभी तो उसको आपके घर का एड्रेस पता है. कोई another person, उसको तो आपके घर का एड्रेस नहीं पता. तो आपके घर कौन जा सकता है? सिर्फ पर्टिकुलर वो फ्रेंड, ना another person. So same as the foreign key constraint, just as a reference passed in the previous table. So only previous table content call in a foreign key references. Order date, date and time declare, varchar declare, sales number, sales month number declare. Now create this table. Table is created. Now insert the record. Now again new record is added, C102. Record is inserted, you check it. Two record is available, C101 and C102. Now insert sales order table. Same client ID, C101 and C101. Now insert this. One row affected. Again one record is also inserted, C101, and here we give, here I give 103, which is not available in client master table. So now insert this record, check this. Now here we see the insert statement conflict with the foreign key constraint RT1. The conflict occur in database employee table client master column client number. So 103 is not available in this table. Is this table client number? So record is not inserted because the reference is not present here. I understand. Thanks. That is the foreign key and that is the primary key. Now check the default constraint. Suppose you insert a value and suppose आपने कोई value insert की, just as thing, create a table DEFT, ID number integer, city varchar and default Delhi, age is default 22. Suppose आपने कोई value insert की और by chance आपने city छोड़ दी, city को drop कर दिया and again age को भी drop कर दिया, तो default constraint is used for the as a set default value which you give by the user. Here ID number int, city is varchar 20 and default value is Delhi and age is 22. Now here insert the DEFT ID number value 1. So here passing ID number is 1 but not pass city and age. So by default this table insert Delhi and 22 in your own table. Execute. Now check. Here we see the record is by default inserted city, Delhi and age. क्योंकि यहाँ पे हमने provide नहीं किया था, just only declare the value ID number. I given only ID number in inserting record time, but by default the value is set Delhi and 22. So that is the default constraint. Unique constraint, same as the primary key constraint. but difference one value is एक वैल्यू हम इसमें नल छोड़ सकते हैं, ओनली वन वैल्यू, बट प्राइमरी की में वो चीज पॉसिबल नहीं है. Now check. Now check. Null value is here because of one value. I given one value null. I am giving one value as a null. But if you want to again insert the null value, now check again insert the value. So violation of the unique key constraint cannot insert duplicate key. The duplicate value is null. Null is already installed, so not perform again store null value. So that is the unique constraint or unique key. Now next constraint is check constraint. Why we use the check constraint? Check constraint basically check constraint is allowed to specify condition on each row in a table. If you want to give any condition in particular field or column or table, then you use check constraint. Now give an example. Here we see create table check tab, id number int, city is varchar, constraint chk, check city in Delhi and Noida. अगर दिल्ली और नोएडा के अलावा कोई भी अनदर सिटी इसके अंदर आप इंसर्ट करोगे तो एरर दे देगा, बिकॉज इस पे चेक कंस्ट्रेंट यूज हुआ है, कंस्ट्रेंट लग गया है, दिल्ली और नोएडा के अलावा कोई अनदर सिटी यूज नहीं कर सकते. In salary, integer constant cell, check constant salary between 3000 and 6000. If you want to insert 9000, then error comes because you provide the constraint value in salary between 3000 and 6000. So this constraint not allow for inserting 9000 or 2000. Now zip number, integer constraint zip, check zip number like 1 to 6 or 4 to 8. If you want to insert 0 or 9, so that is not allowed for inserting zip number. Now create this table. Now insert record. Row is affected. Now change this record and insert this same 3, and here change Mumbai, salary is 9000 and chip number is 90. Now insert this record. The insert statement conflict with check constraint chk. The conflict occur in database employee table dob check tab column and city. City is Delhi, but you give Mumbai, so record is not inserted because सिटी इन दिल्ली एंड नोएडा. तो दिल्ली और नोएडा के अलावा कोई another city इंटर नहीं होगी because the check constant is work here. And same as the salary between 3000 and 6000, no below and no above. Same as the zip like 1 to 6, 4 to 8. So not insert 90 because 0 and 9 is not allowed. So that is the different types of constraint. Now last constraint is called the identity constraint. The identity